Well, this is day 7. There were some nice progress that was made yesterday in terms of just emotionally how I'm feeling. The first thing is I caught up with my oldest friend in the world, really, even though we may not hang out a lot these days, but talked to my buddy Pete, who has his own channel called Paid to Drive Pete. I'll put a link down below if you want to subscribe. And me and Pete have both been in the same boat for a long time in terms of struggling with our weight, and we are have had that struggle. We've put on weight, we've lost it, we put it on again, that yo-yo thing, and we've been through it for years. And we're kind of in the same boat in terms of trying to do keto to the best that we can, keep the carbs low. We have insulin resistance, and I know that he's supportive of me in this, so I appreciate that, Pete. And if you're watching, I appreciate it. I wish you the best always. And anytime you want to ever talk, you can reach out to me. And hopefully we can see each other again soon, once it's safe and everything. But another thing is I watched a lot of videos from Thomas DeLauer's channel, who I've seen here and there, but I binge watched a bunch of them yesterday. And there were so many other foods that he talked about that I had never thought about to incorporate in my diet, like sauerkraut and what else? Like certain types of Greek yogurt that are okay, that aren't too high in sugar. And I made a whole list of everything. So at some point I'm going to go on a trip to probably Whole Foods, and because they just have more of a selection there, and buy a lot of that stuff and incorporate it into my diet. Because what's happened is over the years, my foods that I think to eat shrink down to like nothing, because I think, well, that's bad because of this, and that's bad because of that, and I have to be perfect, blah, blah, blah. And I really have trouble with that balance, striking that balance between, foods that are still healthy for you, even if they're maybe a little higher in carb, or they have sugar, or it's dairy, or whatever. So I am working on that balance now, and we'll see how it goes. Yesterday was a pretty good day. I actually made a cauliflower pizza, but there was way too much cheese because the recipe calls for, this particular one calls for cheese in the crust. So it's like a cauliflower cheese crust, and then you put cheese on top. I put a little tomato sauce, but not something I want to have a lot of, because it's not a good thing to have a lot of dairy, I think. So, and then also today I'm having in this cup, my Star Wars mug. It's not coffee. It is this thing called Roma. It's kind of like Cafix. It's a coffee replacement. It's made with basically cooked down grains and molasses and rye and barley and chicory root, and it's doesn't really do what coffee does in terms of the taste. I mean, if it tasted a little stronger, I think I'd like it more, and probably, because one of the things I'm doing is avoiding coffee, and coffee really throws me out of healthy eating. Like, it gives me really bad cravings, and ultimately I instantly get addicted to it, and it just, my energy just gets burnt out very quickly having coffee every day. So I put a little heavy cream in this, and it's it's all right. It's mild, and no plan to go back to coffee soon. So, or if at all ever, and caffeine in general is something that I have to stay away from. But looking forward to this week. This is the end of the week, and we'll see how I do food wise. I'm gonna buy some new stuff, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.